Yo, we're gonna try this again, man. Welcome to the Corner Store Podcast. I'm your host, OMD 300. And today's top stories, or the story that I want to broach today, is the young man Carmelo Anthony, who has been summarily accused of murder, manslaughter. I'm not exactly sure but it's obviously murder that they're trying to get him for. Was released today with $250,000 bail. Either it was today or yesterday. And since then, this young man has been getting death threats of epic proportions. They want him dead. They want this boy dead, y'all. He has to be protected at all costs, as well as anybody else that is out there who have been summarily assaulted by white people and have tried to defend themselves. And all of a sudden, they're out here trying to say, oh, well, we need to kill them. Or the thing that's really killing me and stressing me the hell out is all the black people in support of this young man being put away, put in jail. What world are we living in? Will rally against you to be killed or to be jailed for the rest of your life for defending yourself. This is obviously a self-defense case. It's obviously a self-defense case. There are witnesses to that effect. He It seems like the two white boys were it was a premeditated attack on this young man. And this happened in Texas, which doesn't surprise me at all. This does not surprise me at all that this went down in the state of Texas, which is, and I hate to be political, but it's a political thing nowadays where they've made politics black and white situation, that if you're on one side or the other, and now we have all these black people who don't want to be how should I put this, identified with liberal ideals for whatever reason. Stand this shit. I don't understand why you can't see this boy was attacked and all he did was try to protect himself. It had to be a vicious enough attack to where he felt a knife was necessary. A knife was obviously necessary. If you get people who probably never ever been jumped before in their life, now people who are asking for, like Jason Whitlock and some other content creators who are making money to be coons like that all over the place. I just don't understand, man, the planet we living in. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and it seems like we fell asleep one day and woke up in another fucking dimension. It doesn't seem like it seems like bizarro world. It doesn't seem like we're in the same world. And I'm not saying that to say that everything that black people do is above board. Hell, there's more things that white people do that ain't above board, but they'll never be brought to task for their actions for the things that they do. Yes, are there some people that are white that are in prison? Of course, they'll do some jail. Even their own people will be afraid of them. Of course, they're going to go to prison for that. As well, they should. But the fact that this young man had to unalive another person because of an attack, and now you guys want him killed because he made bail. I shouldn't be surprised about that. And I'll tell you why. There are people out there who are getting death threats because they couldn't put a basketball in the hoop and for a last second shot to take a team to a championship or to a playoff win or something like that. They get death threats. This day and age, death threats is common. It's getting to a point where we don't even flinch hearing about death threats. Death threats are becoming so common now, it's a part of the DNA. It's a part of the fabric of the society. Just like mass shootings is the fabric of the American, it's an American cultural thing now to have people mass shooting in high schools and in kindergartens, for God's sake. You got people that are crazy enough to actually go to a kindergarten campus, maybe even before they even grab their guns out of the trunk or wherever the hell they have them stored, salivating, watching the little kids play on the playground, thinking about how many kids they're going to kill that day. That's the country that we live in right now. Obviously, it's been the country we've been living in for forever. I'm sorry to say this, but the USA, the United States of America, breeds psychosis. It breeds people that are just not really mentally sound. This place breeds it. Are there people like that in other countries? Yeah. But per capita, the United States of America has more fucking nuts in it than any other country. Absolute psychos. Absolute psychos. What kind of parents would raise children to try to jump on a weaker kid and not expect that kid to defend himself? Not expect that some type of repercussions for their actions. This Carmelo Anthony kid deserves not only to be absolved for what he did. I know somebody died. I know somebody's life was taken. But what in the fuck do you expect him to do in a situation like that? I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody was to attack me at this age, me being an adult and everything, they might mess around and get their ass unalived. I don't bother anyone. I do my thing. There are a lot of crazy ass people out there in them streets. There are nuts out there in them streets. And there might be a situation where you come upon someone you might have to take the fuck out. Not like Daniel Pearl, the dude on the train in New York, where he just absolutely grabbed somebody around their neck and squoze them till they was dead. And next thing you know, he's all in the president's in the White House in the Oval Office shaking hands with old redhead weirdo, old thin haired sucker. No. Oh, not that Kyle Rittenhouse kid who walked down the streets carrying AKs and AR-5s and unaliving people he suspected at being looters. They celebrate psychos like him. They celebrate George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman, uh, he don't even look white, but because he killed somebody that was black, he's gonna be celebrated. But as soon as a black person defends themselves and takes out somebody trying to kill them or trying to harm them, he gets death threats because he got bail. They want that kid to be in those county blues the whole time he's going to court. I know about that type of situation. I know how it looks if you come out of that damn side door in the courtroom wearing those county blues, and how the people in the jury box look at you. They look at you totally different when you're free and you're coming in through the fucking door, the regular door at the courtroom, and you're wearing a suit and you got a haircut. It's psychological. They look at you differently. You look guilty when you come in there in handcuffs and shackles wearing a blue jumpsuit. That's imagery. His his lawyer should be applauded for getting him bail. Not only that, the judge who has been getting vitriol and a lot of hate because he gave him bail. All kind of hate that judge and bail. The evidence is fucking self. He was defending himself. He was jumped by multiple people. The brother of the deceased was involved. He's lucky he didn't get stabbed and killed. As soon as we fight for our lives, It's a problem. Someone said it the other day on another podcast. Racism will stop in this country. It will stop and cease in this country as soon as the money is affected, making money is affected in some way, in a major way, not these little boycotts of Target and all these. If these companies start to lose money, racism will change, as well as if these cops are out here killing people and pulling you over and profiling you and all that. Once them police start to lose their lives, once people in neighborhoods who are coming up Karening and kenning all over the damn place, calling the cops on people, threatening them, telling them you don't belong in my neighborhood. When those people start to get their asses lit the fuck up and beat the fuck up, it'll change. They'll start treating people with respect. Right now, those people have been empowered to be who they are and show their true colors. These are people you go to work with. These are people you live around. That their true feelings is coming. Is has started to make an appearance since these so-called and leaders have started to surface, and they're teaching their kids to hate. There's a video going on of a little boy because he don't like the black family's child, and they told him to get his ass on out of here. Don't be doing that to our son. This kid went to his house and got a whip, a horse's whip, some type of little whip. You know those little whips they use on quarter horses, or those horses that at the races where those jockeys use those little whips where they telling the horse to go. You know what I'm saying? That little boy went and got a whip and knocked on those black people. This boy had to been 8, 9, 10 years old. Knocked on the black people's door and started whipping on the ground, not saying nothing. They was like, "What are you doing here? Get out of here!" Little kids started whipping on the ground, whack, whack, like he's some kind of master. Like you niggers are gonna listen to me. You niggers, you got them tell me to go home, niggers. They immediately told if you don't get the father came out and he said, if you don't get your ass, that little boy ran off. He ran off. When the dad came out there and he went the fuck off on the little boy, he gonna run off. This is the America that you live in, bro. This is the country we live in where the white family across the street that don't like blacks got there telling their 10-year-old or their 8-year-old that you're supposed to go over there and crack whips if they tell you get off their grass and all that. You can't tell me nothing. Man, that father went over there to that man's house. He said, I see your little punk ass son come to my house again. I'm going to beat his ass and I'm going to beat your ass afterwards. You going to get killed. He said, all right, bring your ass over here and see if you don't get filled full of lead. It's about time. And I'm not calling for no revolution. I'm calling for us to respond in kind to the bullshit that we deal with in the United States. I don't take none of the shit from nobody. I love everybody. I fuck with my Hispanic neighbors. They cool. I got white neighbors, all that. But you better respect me because I get in your fucking ass. Pause. I'm not finna be disrespected. It's not going down like that. Nope. Been in this world too fucking long. I don't give a shit what you think about black people. I don't give a fuck. You're not finna disrespect me. You're not gonna finna disrespect my crib, my car, nothing. Anything wrong with my shit, I'm knocking on every goddamn door around here. Hey, you know what happened to my car? I don't know. Yeah, you motherfucker, you better not know. I'm gonna find the culprit and I'm gonna fuck you up. It is a time. This shit need to be over. It's 2020 fucking 5. It's flying cars and shit about to be introduced out there. Motherfuckers with this racist shit. This ain't 1825. This is 2025. I'm about to say 1995. It's 2025. Motherfuckers talking that racist shit. That shit over with. Black, and fuck all that marching. Let's handle some business. I'm not calling for nobody to be hurt, but I am calling for anybody who got a problem with us. Y'all want to get it cracking? Let's get it cracking. Let's go and get this shit over with. Either we gonna die, y'all gonna bow down and die too, or something. That's what I'm calling for. Fuck all the bullshit. It's time for this shit to be over with. Ain't no reason for it. Fuck the dirty looks. Another video where they have a voiceover showing black people enjoying themselves in all different situations, from restaurants to bars to just being in a grocery store. And the voiceover says this: no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, there'll always be a white person all up in your business. That's what the voice. I'm sure you've probably seen these videos, and they'll show it's like whoever's shooting the video will be showing, doing a video showing what the black people are doing at a birthday party, celebrating something, and they just happen to zero in on a white person behind them making a nasty face, looking at them, like looking at the black person like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? We don't think about you pieces of doo-doo no time. And I'm only talking about the white people who feel that way. If you feeling some type of way about what I'm saying, I'm probably talking about you. Because I got plenty of white friends. I'm not one of them white people to be like, I have black friends. No. I know plenty of white people. I also know that pressure busts pipes. And what I mean by that is, just imagine, I spoke about this on my last podcast. I talked about the earthquake that happened the other day. Let's just put it in this layman's terms. You've seen the show about the zombies. What's it called? Fuck. The one on AMC, the zombie show, The Walking Dead. Let's say that, or something apocalyptic happens, power's off, everybody's fighting for food. Who do you think white people gonna align themselves with? So what's up, Brooklyn Honcho's in the building? Thank you, Honcho. What's happening with you? Salute right back at you. What in the fuck you think gonna happen? What in the fuck you think gonna happen when the lights turn off? If it's a zombie apocalypse, a meteor hits Earth, who do you think people are gonna side with? They're gonna side with their own kind. Yes, there will be societies that are gonna be mixed. People say, fuck that, we're gonna cooperate together. That's the only way we're gonna make it. White, black, Hispanic, Indian, whoever the fuck. There gonna be colonies like that. But there's also gonna be colonies where they be like, nah, ain't no blacks gonna be in here. If that happens, that shows you how racist motherfuckers is. You would think at this point and at this time in the world, when we're all trying to fucking figure this shit out, and the world is collapsed, there's no more power, there's no clean water, there's nothing, that people will want to band together. Nah, I can guarantee you, I can assure you that the evil of people thinking that they better than each other, and that is the racial quotient, will rear its ugly head. There's no fucking doubt about it. That shows you how evil, that shows you how psychotic, that shows you how fucking mentally ill racism is, because it's an illness. It should be considered a mental illness to not like another race, to think you're superior to said race. It should be considered a mental defect. Now, I can understand if you don't like certain people. There's a bunch of motherfuckers I don't like. Their personality, how they smell. I could get that. If you don't like somebody for that, I get it. But not to like somebody because the color of their skin. That shit's stupid, bro. But there's a contingent of people out there can't help themselves. There's a contingent of people out there that has to feel like they better than the next person. And you know what? If you feel that way, it's cool. But you got to be smart enough to know that we got to fucking coexist on this little ass planet. Big as this place is, it's small as fuck when you really think about it. And I'll prove that. I was in the military and I lived over in Germany. I was in the army. Guess what? All the way over there, 6,000 some odd miles away from California, in the service, I saw somebody I knew from California. You probably, oh man, we all motherfuckers gonna be in the army, blah blah blah. You know it's an American army. Of course you go. Nope, that's bullshit. I shouldn't have seen nobody I knew. I shouldn't have seen nobody I knew way the fuck over there. That just proves that this place is not as big as you think. It's big. There's a lot of places to go, but the world is actually very fucking small. It ain't Jupiter. You could fit 30 Jupiter, I mean 30 Earths inside of Jupiter. Just imagine if we lived on Jupiter and it was land there. Now that's some place that you probably would never see the whole place, the whole fucking planet in your lifetime. In your lifetime here in this world on Earth, you actually got a chance to see every corner of this globe if you got enough money. To have a bunch of motherfuckers that don't like another race just don't make no goddamn sense. It don't. It don't make no sense. It never has. Anybody that thinks like that is a fucking fool. The crazy thing is you're going to meet somebody that don't look like you. That's another color. That person may save your fucking life one day. And that might be the catalyst to make you realize how stupid you've been. But why we got to go that far? Why does that person have to save your life? To prove that we're decent people. You know why it's so hard? You know why it's so difficult to change the framework and the minds of these people? It's because everybody is fucking crazy and they're very easily and successful. The word susceptible. Some out. I know you can't hear you. Susceptible. I can't even fucking get it out. I'll just say this: they easily manipulate. Motherfuckers is easy to manipulate. It's a learned thing. Being a racist person is a learned thing. You don't come out being racist. You don't. Somebody teaches you that. Somebody teaches you that. If you go into high school and you're a white person in an all white school, all white neighborhood, you're gonna hear people talking about, man, did you see what those niggers did? Did you see what this? And you're not gonna want to feel ostracized. I can guarantee you a white person was growing up and heard people talk like that. Like, damn, why they talk about black people like that in their head? But they won't dare to question those thoughts or those opinions because they don't want to feel ostracized in that school. They'll make you feel like if you don't agree with what we're thinking, they're gonna fuck with you for your whole time in school. It would take a brave Caucasian person to not agree with the opinions of those people and then tell them that to their face, like, I'm not gonna call nobody that. I don't agree with you. Most of the time, you're gonna have to go along to get along, and that's even in the white race. There has to be white people that be like, nah, man, that shit is whack what they be saying, but I can't go against what they're saying. I don't want to be like, I don't want to get, I don't want people to feel like I'm, you know, it'd be hard to really have your own real convictions and say, I think that's bullshit. You saying what you're saying about that race of people and stand on business going to your high school or living in the town you live in. They'll call you N-word nigga. Fucking, I'm not gonna bite my tongue on my channel. Nigger lover. They'll call you all kind of words in regards to you defending and uplifting another race of people. And the funny thing is, white people also talk about other races. They call Hispanic. They have all kind of names for all. They even have names for white people that's not Jewish. There are white people are Jewish. They talk about them. Italians are white. They talk about them. Call them Dagos. They got words for the Irish. They're just hateful fucking people, man. Hateful fucking people. So you call a redheaded white person a ginger and all this and Irish scum and Italians, Dagos. What the fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers, man? You got a name for everybody. Even your own kind, you got a name for. You guys don't like yourselves. That's what it is. You hate the fucking skin that you're in. And I can see why. No disrespect to y'all, but y'all age fucking horribly. You do. All them red spots, skin starts just shriveling up, and you start y'all be looking fucking terrible. And I'd be mad too and want to talk shit and call people word names if I knew I was gonna end up looking like that in my old age. We age, I hate to say it because the melanin, baby, we age gracefully. A lot of us don't even look our age. I was just being told that the other day. I'm damn near 60. Somebody's like, you what? Get out of here. You ain't no sick. Damn near. 2 more years, I'll be 59 in September. Y'all know what? You guys are cursed to be evil, chaotic. The guy that you put in office, that man looked terrible versus what he used to look like. Donald Trump don't even look the same. I'd be remiss to say he's even the same motherfucker he was when he. I don't know. Y'all motherfuckers dealing with cloning and all this different shit. Y'all be doing all kind of shit. I wouldn't be surprised if that ain't even the real Donald Trump. But how we gonna know with all the secrets you motherfuckers carry? Initially, this pod or opinion video that I'm making is in regards to a young man who defended himself so much that he ended up having to take this kid out because they were that much of a threat to him. And now he's summarily out on bail, and people are talking about wanting to unalive him because he's actually going through the judicial system that you motherfuckers created and is winning for him. He's not off the hook yet. If I know anything, all of the vitriol and all of the fucking negative press about him getting a bail and all that is going to weigh heavily on him during this trial, and they're going to try their best to put enough pressure on not only the jury but the judge and everybody to get this boy some type of time, some type of jail time, which is unfair as fuck. If the evidence say that he was defending himself and he was jumped by multiple people and one of them got their ass killed, that's on that's on the motherfucker who jumped him. Because if roles was reversed and there was a bunch of black kids that jumped that white boy and he killed one of them, they'd be celebrating him as a fucking hero, calling the black guys animals. Guess what? The two motherfuckers that jumped on Carmelo Anthony are fucking animals. And one of them got put down like an animal. And that's fucking facts. Whatever's good for the goose is good for the fucking gander. This ain't no angry black man podcast. This is a fact-finding mission on Corner Store Podcast and Corner Store Television. We're tired of the bullshit. We're also tired of this country being as dumb as fuck. Today, or the other day, an announcement was made by the country of China in regards to their schools and education over there. Guess what they're doing? As just like any other time, they're innovating. They've started a campaign to have artificial intelligence be the teachers in their classrooms over there. I'm here to tell you that the country of China is in the top 10 in school, in education in the world. So is South Korea, so is Japan. Most of the Asian nations are in the top 10 when it comes to schooling. Most of the Asian nations are in the top 10 when it comes to technology. Their infrastructures are sound. That's the reason why America wants to in China. They want to get China, bring China down to its knees. You ain't gonna bring no fucking China down to its knees. China is in South America. China is in Africa. China is all over the place, putting their hand in other countries and trying to lend them a hand. And also, China's rocking their ass off right now. Yeah, It's a totalitarian type dictatorship, but it's more lax than I wouldn't say Russia. Russia's more is a I wouldn't say a democracy, but Russia's not like they used to be, and China's most certainly not like North Korea. But China does one thing and one thing good, and that's innovate. And they got technology, and they also do innovative things like this new AI program where they're going to have their children being taught by artificial intelligence that happens to know every fucking thing. Guess where the United States is in education in the world? Guess. Can anybody in the chat tell me, do you know the number of where we are educationally in the United States? When I tell you, you're going to be pissed the fuck off. Because I was. I had no idea we was that far down. This country is supposed to be the greatest country in the world, the richest country in the world. And we're 31st in education. We're one of the lowest countries in healthcare. We're one of the lowest countries in home ownership. We has the highest per capita homelessness on the planet. There's no more. There's more homeless people in the United States than any other country combined. They hate their citizens here in the United States. This is the only time I can ever say this, but they hate the citizens of the United States. The rich dominate this country. And the reason why I say this is because there are videos out of content creators that are just all over the place on sidewalks asking people some of the basic questions. They'll hold up a picture of Abraham Lincoln and to ask people, who is that? They'll hold up a picture and ask, who is that? And guess what? Some people didn't even know who Abraham Lincoln was. They'll ask what the capital of the United States is. Go look it up. Go look up some of those videos out there. People don't even know Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States of America. People couldn't tell you who supposedly sold the flag, who created the United States flag in the Revolutionary War. Everybody knows Betsy Ross did that. Some people don't. And who's to know that's actually accurate? I hate to admit this, but some of the things we've been taught may not be actually accurate. Maybe all made up stories. Is that one of the reasons why the government wants to burn certain books? Is that the reason why they got Vince McMahon's wife from the WWE? She's the Secretary of Education. What in the hell is going on in this country, man? We got the blind leading the blindless. Average home prices in California, let alone the United States, are a whopping $600,000 on average, and that's in there's houses in ghetto neighborhoods in South Central Los Angeles that are $1 million. I just happened to find out the other day that you need to have an income of at least $4,500 a month just to qualify for a loan for a house that only costs $500,000. A house that you might happen to find by the grace of God that's $300,000 or more, or let's just say around 300 to 400,000. You got to have an income of at least $5,500 a month just to even for them to even sniff qualifying you for a loan for that house. And ask yourself why a lot of people decided in other states to sell everything they own to buy an old used RV and drive their asses to California and park that motherfucker and live out of it. That's why people can't make it. People cannot make it in this country, y'all. People are defaulting on loans, going into bankruptcy, losing their companies and their small businesses, and they're losing their shirt. There are more 30 to 35-year-olds living with their mom and dads almost until they're 40 years old, waiting all the people who own homes back in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, who worked hard and saved up when housing market was decent and buying homes. Their kids today are waiting for them to die so they can take over that house. They can't even go get their own home. I talked to a real estate agent the other day and I said, okay, if there was a $700,000 house and I gave the lender 500,000 down on that house, and I only make $3,000 of income a month, but I've given him $500,000 on a $700,000 house. Now you only got $200,000 left. Could I get into that house? And he said, no, you couldn't. Absolutely not. You basically paid the majority of the cash for that home, and you still wouldn't be able to get into that house in the United States. Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. Apartments on average in California, depending on where you live, are $1,900 to $2,500 a month. And that's for a one bedroom. This it's outrageous here. People are leaving the country in droves. There, you can live in the better part of the city in Thailand for less than $600 a month. And I'm talking about everything: your utilities, internet, food, everything. A nice flat, nice apartment in Thailand and Bangkok. Some of the you, you can't even imagine living somewhere in the country. You could probably even be living for cheaper, $200 a month. But they'll have you thinking because those countries are third world to a certain degree that you wouldn't like it there. But in actuality, if you ever go to Bangkok or if you ever go to Thailand or Korea or something like that, you'd be pleasantly surprised to know how beautiful the city is. Transportation, uh, everybody ride bikes and scooters and different things to get to and from. You actually might go over there and fall in love with it. More and more people, and they're trying to stop you from getting your passport to be able to do this, to be able to move out of the country, at least go and explore other countries to find out if you might want to live there. Why do you think that is? I don't have a fucking clue. The sad thing is, me having to talk this way on Corner Store Television, on Corner Store Podcast, pisses me the fuck off. Because everybody who watches Corner Store Television or watches any of the content, they know I love hip hop music. They know I love films and stuff like that. They know I love comic books, having, a show called Comic Book Corner, and I love things like that. But we got to be real, man. We can't numb ourselves to entertain ourselves all the time. We got to talk about serious shit that's going on in the country we live in. I have a lot of people that live in other countries that have watched my podcast and watched some of the other content, and they always give me a lot of props. But they don't even realize the country that I live in is so difficult to. Everything that I've created is all me, with by the grace of God. I'm never gonna ever not include him because I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't have none of this without him or without the entity known as God. Some people don't believe in him. A lot of times people will be listening to my live, and then I'll start talking about it and they'll jump right off of it because they just can't fathom that there's something out there that's higher than themselves that actually might be able to, that you might be able to enlist help and get that energy from to make some doors open up. And you start actually have, I know he's real because I was destitute. I was one of them people that figured I had nothing else, man. And I decided to go that route. Next thing you know, I was doing way better. And I not only way better, I actually have podcasts now. I actually have a small little studio. I actually do act. I actually do stand up on occasion. And opportunities have opened up for me. But the simple fact is that there are other countries out there that you've been being sold a bunch of bullshit about those countries. I ain't saying China's a great government, but I know one goddamn thing. They got some of the best electric vehicles in the world. And we've been sold a bill of goods that the Teslas and all that is the best cars. No, Elon Musk's car is a piece of shit. Everybody I know that has a Tesla's like, this shit is whack. They will tell you all these other countries have nothing on America. But how would you know if all you know about is America? And the fact of the matter is, if you're from America and you've never been anywhere else, and your country keeps telling you, don't go nowhere else, we the best, we the best. Why would they have to say that if they the best? You already know. Anybody who knows he's good at something, they don't fucking boast about it. You know why? Because they can go out there and handle their business. There's no fucking reason why they should boast that America's the best. It's so great. Why do we have to make it great again? Put that in your ditty bag and smoke it. Yo, y'all, it's a lot of crazy shit going on out there, man. If you're a black person and you're having problems with another race and they want to hurt you, you prepare yourself to be able to do whatever you do to get their ass off of you. Forget the consequences. Take action. Be ready to fucking react to anything that somebody does to you. And also to everybody else, we need to get better in life because other countries are leaving us the fuck behind technologically, educationally, and they're also giving their citizens the best chance to have the best life in those countries. And I'm just saying this off the top of my dome. This is your boy OMD 300, and this is Corner Store Podcast, episode 157. Coming up this Sunday, I'm gonna have my boy comedian T6 is gonna be in the building, 1 p.m. Pacific time this Sunday, April 19th. T6 is gonna be in the building. We might have a few more episodes before that happens, but just to let you know, I'll be having a guest this Sunday, April 19th. T6, comedian from down south, gonna be sitting right next to your boy. Hey, come get something from the store.